take a step back and just look at this shit. Just look at this shit. I'd be down. Yep. I'd be down. I'd be down. I'd be down. Like just children going back and forth.
You know I will let the 9 burst. West Coast mixtape, kiss my Converse. Before you play your part, gotta read your lines first. Before it's in your heart, gotta be in your mind first. Getting my prayers in, I'm just trying to do what the Lord says.
Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Terra Earth Quantumcast. I'm your host. I'm Sensei Uberman. That's what you can call me. That's what I go by. How y'all feel about them Democrats? People call them Democrats. Yeah, it's you know what it's about to be? A lot of put your hands behind your goddamn back. That's what's about to happen. It's already happening. Y'all shouldn't subscribe to that stuff. It doesn't even matter anymore. Leave it alone. I'd let it go. Let the chips fall where they may. I wouldn't even vote. First of all, I never thought my vote counted since 2012. I don't subscribe to it. I don't. Call me crazy. That's fine. But I always said until it was on a blockchain where it's transparent and every transaction is recorded. Yeah, I don't believe it. So when we talked about it, I believe all the presidents are related, minus 2 or 3 in the first place. So what's that mean? People are placed, in my opinion, allegedly. So, red or blue don't matter. You should let it go. Should let it go. Should let it go. And just watch and take a step back and just look at this shit. Just look at this shit. Like it, I never understood politics because it just seemed real petty. It just seemed like a whole bunch of like just children going back and forth. It is hilarious, man. Like, nonetheless, that is a system that will surely fail here shortly. Everything's about to be exposed. So you're not gonna trust them anymore. You already know they're lying to you about everything. Everything's a psyop, by the way. Everything's a psyop. Everything. Psychological operation, right? Everything's a psyop. Everything. Everything. There is about to be, so the whole point of this disclosure and why it's starting to happen, like with files and all that, there's been a timeline given. There has literally been a timeline, and if it doesn't move fast enough, there will be a forced disclosure by our galactic families, our star families, our people up there, us from the future. This is basically what's happening. And by the way, nothing can prevent our ascension. Nothing to fear. Again, number one, nothing to fear. Nothing to fear. I think they've played all the cards that they can play. All nuclear weapons have been dismantled. The earthquakes they told you were happening over there at Area 51. There's no earthquakes. Earthquakes don't happen over there. They've been detonating all of the technology that has been underground. That's the cabal, basically. They have been detonating and blowing up things. But don't worry, we have the blueprints to all that stuff. We don't need it. Blow it up. So there will be 5 phases of this forced disclosure. And I don't necessarily know the timeline. I know it's by July. It has to happen. So weekly, from my understanding, they're supposed to be releasing files. Trump is. And then he's also supposed to give a global announcement here shortly this month. And next week, I think will be really big in terms of our data intake. In so many words, our upgrade the data coming in through the solar plasma flares. Right? There may be a big geomagnetic storm that happens, and which will send particles flying into our atmosphere, which is just data. So, and there may be some effects that are felt. Now, this just I get my information from several sources, some psychics, downloads of my own, and like I told you, Ishmael Perez, he gets Galactic Alliance updates 3 times a week, so he delivers that. But again, do your own research. This is use discernment. You have to do that in every situation anyways. Don't stop now, right? Do your own research and use discernment. Always. Phase 1 is undeniable presence. They are just going to reveal themselves. They will just show themselves. Okay? That's phase 1. It's nothing that anyone can do at that point. You can't deny it. So that's phase 1. Phase 2 is limited intervention, remote deactivation of all systems that are currently in place, like financial, energy systems, things of that nature. We will experience synchronized telepathic broadcast, and they also call this the planetary signal. When I don't know if everyone would get the telepathy, because everyone's not ready for that. Maybe your frequency, just like anything else, is going to dictate that, but they're going to communicate in our minds. Basically, for those that are ready for that. You're going to feel an emotional resonance with certain ETs, extraterrestrial. What does extraterrestrial mean? They're not of this terrain, of this planet, right? You don't like to use the word alien. It's not a good word. I don't like it. May have symbiotic visions. This is essentially, this will be a starseed activation, and most of us are starseeds. A lot of us are starseeds. So, and there's some what they call light workers, and there's some what they call Earth Terrans, where they didn't necessarily volunteer for the mission, but they're here. So these are all organic souls we're talking about, right? And unity consciousness will come online at that point. So this is phase 2. Phase 3 would be the breakaway nation. Basically, a smaller sovereign nation may be the one to step forward and be like, look, this was happening. So, but it's supposed to be the U.S. Our president has marching orders to where he's supposed. I think that's what this global announcement may be. So hopefully it is. Phase 4 will be the releasing of the healing modalities that we spoke about, the med beds, otherwise known as light tables. They have another name, holographic healing pods, also is what they're called. But it's about 3 or 4 versions. It will restore mental health, no matter what the issue. It will restore organ health, remove ailments, cancers, all of it. All of it. Everybody can be restored, but again, your DNA is just code. So we're literally walking archives, because we are embedded with a lot of different genomes and a lot of different species within our DNA. We're like a mashup, so to speak. We're literally a mashup of all the beings that came here to see their DNA. This is what this experiment was for. In turn, creating the most advanced being ever, the human being, the Homo sapien in the 3D, which we will be graduating to the Homo luminous or Homo galactus with our crystalline bodies. Every dimension above this, they don't really call them dimensions, they call them densities, because the higher you go, the less density there is. Meaning, the easier you can bend time and space. Right? The higher up you go, you become more plasma based. You become light. What are you when you're light? What are you when you are just plasma? What's your sex? You're genderless. I'm just saying, we're so quick to judge these people that say they're in the wrong bodies, creating a new sex. We created it all anyways. So let them create. And if they feel they're in the wrong body, they are. Who's to tell them what to feel, how to feel? Who cares what sex someone is? Why do we care? We're so busy, caught up in these labels and fighting over the labels that they gave us. That they gave us. You didn't come in here with nothing but your soul. You were given your name. You have another name, by the way. And some of these psychics can tell you over the screen what your name is and where you came from. Reading your soul. Yep. Why are we fighting? Why are you picking colors? I get it. If certain things you have to conform to in order to survive. You had to create an ego to survive. That ego has to conform to a lot of things in civilization to be successful, to live a decent, happy life, right? Well, they gave you everything. They gave you a religion. There's no such thing as religion above the 3D. They gave you your race. There's no such thing as a race above the 3D. It's very dense here. Ooh, terrible. And guess who rules the third density? Low vibrational people, which y'all call the devil or evil. Just negative frequency, negative energy. And let's clear this up. I think I even made the mistake, but Anunnaki are not reptilian. They're their own species. But you do have reptilians. You have reptilians. You have draconian reptilians. I believe. I think you have Jesuit reptilians. You have a lot of different reptilians, and not all reptilians are evil. We have reptilian blood in us. Every species that came here, most of them seeded their DNA within humanity. This big old experiment. Big old experiment, right? Yep. Free will. There's laws, right? Free will. So if they came down here, they were allowed to do what they wanted to up to a certain extent. And then there would be a time where what? The meek shall inherit the earth. So that's where we are right now. We're there, about to happen. This is happening right now. Focus on love. Focus on giving up all these attachments, these colors. Who cares? And these colors ain't shit. Wait till you see the real colors. You're only seeing 2% of the light spectrum. You give a shit about these basic colors? No, let's go see the real. I just learned something. Your pupils, your eyes, the iris, the color, that is an expression of all the lives you've lived in those colors. The black part, the pupil, they say that is your connection to source. So when you see like ETs with the big black eyes, a lot of them aren't emotion. A lot of them are a lot of consciousness into one being. A lot of times that's the case. But sometimes they're individuals as well. But I say that to say there may not be a lot of emotion in that energy. There's just consciousness. So they have a direct connection to source with those big black eyes. They may freak us out a little bit, but that is divine. That is divine. And the bigger they are, it seems like they have a real deep connection to source, right? So yeah, so when you look at yourself, look in the mirror, look at it, you can look at yourself a little different now, right? So that's all. These systems will dissolve, will go away. There's going to be timelines going to start to split. They may start happening now. A splitting of timeline can be people falling away from you that do not serve your evolution, your growth, or your sovereignty. That's going to be a lot of our relationships, whether you're married or not. It's just, that's what this period is about to become, an awakening. An awakening also means a falling away of things, of those negative things that don't benefit you, that don't serve you. So, I mean, it's just where we are, and the upgrade is happening, people. The upgrade is happening. Disclosure is happening slowly, slow drip, slow drip. Yeah, so back to the healing modalities. So those will be released, I believe, I'm told 220,000 of them across the U.S. first and foremost. And then it will go with like children first, I believe military, and the elderly. Then probably they're gonna go with year of birth or something like that. Who knows? And then phase 5, the global awakening. Global awakening. Collapse of all systems. Our world was built on fragmentation. This is even a false matrix, right? Like everything was built to harness our energy. That's it. And when they can scare you and then get that energy, I believe that's called loosh. Lusch, maybe. CHE. Who cares? You know, that's what they want. You're loosh. Yeah. But overall, just your energy. They've been siphoning that stuff from us for 50,000 years. And so Anunnaki, they were master geneticists. They were able to tinker with us, with our DNA, with our genetic makeup. Yep. Guess what their planet is about to become? Nibiru. That's their planet. That's where they came from. The father, Anu, he's the Sky King. He never came down. He may have, but not. It ain't nothing about books. Enki and Enlil, right? Enki was the master geneticist. He was the one that was tampering. And you got Marduk, and you had Thoth come from those. Marduk, he was evil. He ended up taking over Nibiru, but Nibiru is becoming our second sun. When we ascend, we will have 2 suns. And that sun will be Nibiru. Nibiru has been on a 3,600 year cycle for millions of years. It literally comes to a standstill at the end of this cycle, which all these cycles are ending at the same time within the next 2 to 3, 4 years. All of them. So it becomes stationary at that point and becomes our second star. Those of y'all that don't know, our sun is our star. That is our star. And it is a portal. Entrance and exit. Okay? Yep. Absolutely. ETs ain't coming. They've been here. In our oceans, there are portals within our oceans. There are oceans within our oceans. There are land masses within our oceans. Inner Earth, hollow Earth, There are more civilizations in there than there are on the surface. We talked about it. Okay? So because this was built on fragmentation, there's been a separation of everything. Separated us from the source, from Jump Street. They had to, in order to control us. Correct? The separation of science and spirituality. Humanity's separation from nature. Nations separated from one another. Yep. Earth separated from the cosmos. Again, we've been in quarantine the last 50,000 years in the Dark Ages. And it's been some pretty good times during these Dark Ages. But nonetheless, we've been in the Dark Ages. Been under control. Been under a trance. Been asleep. Time to wake up. Time to wake up. Time to wake up, right? I do believe by July we will have 10 days of darkness. This is to just implement the new light grid of Gaia. Unfortunately, it would take about 10 days for this to happen, meaning we probably need to stock up on certain things. There will be no power, none. So there will be no Wi-Fi. A byproduct of this it's gonna have everyone sit with themselves. And it's gonna be tough, I'm sure, because who's used to going a single day without power or your internet? So it's gonna be kind of tough, I'm sure. But I say all this to say, I would start stockpiling stuff now. This is going to happen. So we'd rather this be a forced power outage than it happen on its own, because if it happens on its own, that's not the good guys. Okay? So this is part of that disclosure as well. Yes, 10 days to implement the new grid, which will give us free energy, a new way of exchanging finances, and all this will be quantum. This is all quantum technology, cosmic. Yes. So this is happening, and this is happening before the new Earth, all that. Yes, this has to be implemented, and the only way this could be implemented was when all negative actors have been removed and or taken care of, out the way. So clearly we must be there, because this last update is basically saying that we don't have long until this 10-day period begins. So again, do your own research. Again, I was at a family picnic when the information came through. I'm just delivering the message. These boundaries, they're beginning to dissolve. That's what this is all about. I just want to give this little update. Again, all this will be on the website, and then I will continue to give these updates as I get them. And I may even do some older updates as a little episode as well. But I thank y'all. I love y'all. And please stay in a positive mind state. Begin to see the systems for what they are. And love one another. I love y'all. And I'm out this.